All right, St. Louis, we're going to school today, St. Louis. I don't think many of you quite understand what I'm trying to convey. Facebook, I don't have the rights to this music, so don't shut me down, Facebook. Many of you don't understand that you're living literally in deception. You're living in deception. Everything that we built, at least we think that we built it with an undeveloped mind. Nothing's true. This is all deception. The reason it's deception is because the mind that's doing the building, the mind. In other words, you're not necessarily a physical being as you perceive yourself to be. You're literally a mind having a physical experience in a three-dimensional world that's manifesting all around you, but yet you think you're physical. The reason you think you're physical is because you're so far from the truth. You're so far from the truth. Think about the cavemen back in the day. They didn't know about nuclear power, submarines, planes, and trains, but yet they still fought one another. Now that we have nuclear power, submarines, and planes and trains, we're still fighting one another. Nothing's changed. World War I, World War II, Civil War, Vietnam War, Korean War. Nothing's changed. Look at what's going on in Russia. Look at China with Taiwan. We got problems. And the reason we have the problems is because the truth, which is a developed mind, has not manifested to bring the undeveloped mind into submission. The undeveloped mind has been in control since the world was formed. The undeveloped mind. Those that create technology have an undeveloped mind, but yet you think they're geniuses because they came up with computers and trains and cars, etc. They are undeveloped. If they had a developed mind, do you think that we would literally be inhaling this toxic and literally causing us to get cancer due to carcinogens and having strokes and diabetes, heart disease, and all types of viruses? We are living in pollution, and the pollution is based upon the mind had not reached a full level of development, processing power. Now you got to understand, you don't necessarily have to be in that system, even though you can see the system, because if you can encode the world faster, the system is not going to contain you as it's containing the masses. It's a system. You are literally capable of fusing at the micro, molecular, subatomic level, which you are no longer a part of the system. The system can be data, information, or simulation, or whatever they want to call it to be. Because those that are coming up with that understanding are illiterate. But yet you think they're intelligent because they're a little more astute than you are. But yet, as long as you're in the system of the laws of thermodynamics, entropy, and it's continuously increasing, chaos and disorder, and you're going the same way as the system clockwise, you are dying, decaying. Cells are making bad copies of themselves and creating tumors. But yet you think you got it going on, you're having fun, you got this big house, big car, but yet you're dying. And you don't even seem to care. Because you think it must be God's will. It's not God's will. You don't know who God is. You think you know because you've been sitting in those churches ever since you've known yourself, and your pastors are blind, illiterate, straight from darkness. But yet you think they know because they can hoop and holler and tickle you, cause you to get up and shout and act a fool. I was once there. I was once a part of the same system. But I didn't know that I was a part of it until my mind began to upgrade and I began to see the world as it truly is. Your pastors are lost. Your apostles are lost. Your leaders are lost. The entire system is darkness. If we don't reach a higher level of awareness based upon strengthening our prefrontal cortex, hippocampus, being able to warp space and time and stop time, you will perish and not know that you're dying. You know you're dying, but your mind is not strong enough to accept the fact that you can bring that death into submission and start living for the first time and start going counterclockwise towards the truth. And that damn truth will set you free. I'm telling you all, many of you are my age. If you don't get it together and start breaking that system down in order to lead the system in 20 to 30 years, you're going to get sicker and sicker. And the reason that's occurring is because your cells are mutating, making bad copies of themselves. Why do you think they say the universe is expanding? The universe. It's expanding because the mind is decaying. You're literally seeing your entire existence. So if your mind is greater than what you see, you can literally stop time and cause that expansion to stop in its tracks. And as a result of stopping, you'll be seeing the world as it truly is. I'm trying to get you to understand that we're living in darkness, and it's our responsibility to take that mountain, and that we shall. We're fearless and afraid of nothing. Trust me. Stay tuned. It's time.